Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you are all fine and you are all doing well at your places and especially in your studies. So today we are going to discuss about some questions related to yesterday's topic in proportion. Clear? So yesterday I told you about the important formulas, just like I have written one of the formula on my board. Here I have written here. Suppose if A by B is equal to N1 by D1 and we have given B by C is equal to N2 by D2. These are the given statements. Note that these are the given statements. Clear? Then if the question wants us to calculate the value of A is to B is to C, then how can we calculate the value? So let me come to the point. For calculating the value of A is to B is to C. So here we have to calculate the ratio of three components, that is A is to B is to C, by these given statements. So how can we proceed? We have to simply just multiply this N1 by N2. So we get N1 into N2. Then we will put a ratio symbol after this operation. Clear? Then we will multiply D1 into N2. Is it clear? D1 into N2. Then similarly, we will put another ratio after this operation. Then we will multiply D1 into D2, D1 into D2. Clear? So this is the formula for calculating the ratio of three components. If we have given some statements and the question wants us to calculate the ratio of three components, then how can we calculate the ratio of these three components? Let us we now solve some question on this formula and we will see that how this formula acts in a reality situation. Clear? Let me write down question here. So my dear friends, I have written a question here. If A by B is equal to 3 by 5 and B by C is equal to 4 by 7, then we have to calculate the ratio which is A is to B is to C. Now, how can we proceed in this question? You see here that this N1 is something replaced by, somehow replaced by this 3. So I can say here in this case, N1 is clearly equal to 3. Simple. And now what we saw here also, this D1 is equal to this 5. So here this D1 is equal to 5. Clear, friends? Now, similarly, we have here N2 is equal to this 4. So I can say N2 is equal to 4. And similarly, we have this D2 is equal to 7. So here this D2 is equal to 7. Clear, friends? Okay, now we want to calculate the value of this A is to B is to C. I already told you about how to calculate it. So the best way to calculate is to apply this formula for this, for these. So how can we do it? Let us see now here. A is to B is to C will be equal to. So I can say this A is to B is to C is equal to. So this will be equal to, my dear friends, N1 into N2. So note here, N1 is something 3. So I will put that here, 3 into this N2. What is N2? That is 4. Okay, 3 into 4. Then ratio, this one ratio. Then there's D1 into N2. What is D1? That is 5. So that will be here 5 into 5 into this N2. And N2 is 4. Let me put here this 4. Then apply the ratio. Then finally we will just multiply D1 into D2. So D1 is here 5. So 5 is into this D2. So D2 is 7. Okay, this is 7. Now you will easily see here. You can just simply do it now by suitable algorithms. 4 into 3 is 12. I got here 12 is to 5 into 4 is 20, 20, and 5 into 7 is something 35. So this is the ratio. So this is A is to B is to C. B is to C. So friends, this was, I think, this was pretty how a good trick to calculate the ratio of three numbers. We can, not only me, we all can use this trick to calculate the ratio of three components. But sometimes there could be the ratio of four components, and we have to calculate that. Then, in this case, how can we proceed? Then I already told you the formula yesterday about that. Now let me write down the formula of that thing also. When we have four components and we want to calculate the ratio of four components, just like A is to B is to C is to D, then in that case, how can we proceed? Okay, let me write down the formula for that case also. So friends, I have written this another formula here in which you can calculate the ratio of four components. Sorry, you can calculate the ratio of four components. So for example, for the sake of simplicity, let us we choose the four components as A is to B is to C is to D. Then if we have to calculate their ratios, for example, if we have to calculate A is to B is to C is to D, then how can we calculate the ratio at that time? For example, if we have given A by B is equal to N1 by D1, and B by C is equal to N2 by D2, and C by D is equal to N3 by D3, then the question will ask you about the how question will ask you to calculate the value of A is to B is to C is to D. Then on that case, how can you proceed? You have to simply just apply this one formula. Note this formula here. This formula will help you to calculate this ratio. The formula is we will simply just multiply n1 into n2 into n3, n1 into n2 into n3, then ratio. We have to put ratio after these operations here. Then d1 into n2 into n3, then we will put a ratio here. Then we have to choose here d2 into d1 into n3 here, and then apply this ratio. Then d3 into d2 into d1 here. So I think these are the basic formulas for calculating two or three or four ratios of, and also you can calculate 5, 6, 7, whatever the ratios will be. You can calculate just applying these formulas. Now let me write down a question here so that you can do it on your own, and that will provide you a basic trick to calculate proportions, and that will provide you a guide that will enhance your brain to calculate the maximum questions on this proportion. Okay, so now let me write down here in this clear screen. My dear friends, I wrote a question here in this clear screen. Read this question. Question says the ratio of A is to B is 1 is to 3, and B is to C is 2 is to 5, and C is to D is 2 is to 3. Then you have to find the value of A is to B is to C is to D. By using these formulas, you can calculate its value, and then if anyone wants, she can drop the comment. Finally, what they will get the answer, and they will drop that answer in the YouTube comment box, and I will check that whether it's right or wrong. Then we will proceed to another topic. And so here this completes our proportion topic all. Then now we will proceed to another lecture that will be in the next syllabus or other entrances. So my dear friends, take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.